Shoutout nga pala sa mga Timo at Isaiah babies na nanonood nito. Miss you guys! What's up? It's just JD, and today we are going to talk about writing a reaction paper.
Reaction paper? Reaction paper! Reaction paper!
Reaction paper.
So, let's start with defining a reaction paper. Ano nga ba ang reaction paper? Is it just a paper you write your reactions on? Well, essentially, oo. Ang reaction paper is it's a type of written assignment which requires your personal opinion as a writer. Hindi kayo makakagawa ng reaction paper kung wala kayong opinion doon sa subject ng inyong reaction paper. And when we say subject, ito po yung ginagawan nyo ng reaction. So for example, if you watch a movie like The Titanic and you write a reaction paper on The Titanic, your subject is The Titanic. Another thing about the reaction paper is that dapat daw maipakita mo sa reaction paper kung gaano kalalim ang pagkakaintindi mo sa iyong subject. So, kung hindi mo masyado naintindihan ang subject mo, hindi magiging effective ang pagsusulat mo ng reaction paper. So, reaction papers show how deep your understanding of the subject is. Okay? So, there are 3 parts to the reaction paper. Part 1, the introduction. Anong nigagawa mo? Okay, so, in the introduction of the reaction paper, it says that you need to name your work. Siyempre, papangalanan mo, sasabihin mo kung ano yung name the work or the subject. Ibibigay mo yung title at kung sino yung gumawa or nagsulat or nagdrawing ng iyong subject. Next is you're going to describe the main purpose of that work. So, sasabihin mo ano ba yung purpose nito or ano ba yung layunin ng work na to. Ito ba ay to entertain, to critique, to narrate, to inform. So, kailangan alam mo rin yung purpose ng work mo. Next, a part of the introduction is explaining the context wherein the work was created. Importante po ang konteksto sa paggawa ng reaction paper. Kasi ang konteksto kung saan ginawa ang isang subject ay makakaapekto sa kung paano siya maiintindihan ng reader or kung paano mo siya maiintindihan. So, for example, isa sa mga paborito kong paggawa ng reaction paper sa mga estudyante ko ay ang kanta na Satisfied from the musical Hamilton. So, Hamilton is a historical musical. Satisfied is a historical song. So, the lyrics there can be attributed in the context of history. So, titignan nila yung lyrics at magre-react sila in the context of historical facts or of that historical musical. So, you have to explain the context in which the work was created. And last is, usually the last sentence of the introduction or the first paragraph is that you will give a concluding sentence or a sentence that signifies or signposts your evaluation of the work. So, this is usually just a sentence that informs the reader whether or not you liked your subject, kung nagustuhan nyo ba, kung hindi, kung sa tingin nyo masaya, kung boring, kung siya ba ay worthy of listening to or watching or reading. So, yun po ang usually the last sentence of the introduction. Remember that each part of the reaction paper is its own paragraph. So, let's not be confused kung ano itong mga parts na to. So, we have the introduction or the introductory paragraph. Now we move on to part 2. Okay? Part 2 is the body. Anong nigagawa mo? So, the body without further complicating things at hindi ko na kayo papahirapan sa explanation, the body simply explains your evaluation or your opinions about your subject. The body of a reaction paper is a minimum of 1 paragraph and can go on up to 11 to 100 paragraphs. As long as you have opinions about your subject, that's how many paragraphs you can make. Lagi kong recommendation is start with 1, and then every opinion or every point or every critique or reaction you have about the subject should be 1 paragraph. Always remember to explain your opinions and explain them well. Marami pong nagkakamali sa body ng paragraph. Lagi nilang naiisip na, kapag sinabi ko na hindi ko to nagustuhan, hindi ko na kailangan i-justify. No, the body of the paragraph needs to be justified. Why? You're essentially answering the question, why? Or why do you feel this way about this subject? So, that's the body. Part 3, which is the conclusion. Anong nigagawa mo? Ano yun? Okay? So, the conclusion. It is the part where we conclude or we summarize all of the points we made in the body. Okay? It's the part kung saan binibigay na natin ang ating overall evaluation. Kung nagustuhan ba natin at kung hindi. Okay? We give a summary of all the points, sabi ko nga kanina, of all the reasons why we liked or why we disliked that certain subject. Another is, and the last is, another thing about the conclusion is we give recommendation for improvement or for improvement when you want to address the creator, or recommendation for viewing or reading if you want to address your reader. So, for example, you can end the conclusion of your reaction paper by simply writing, "Satisfied is a good song written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, and I think everyone who reads this essay should listen to it." So, that's a recommendation. Now, those are the 3 parts of a reaction paper. So how do we write a reaction paper? Step 1, study the work being critiqued or study your subject. As I said before, kung hindi mo alam kung ano ang subject mo at hindi nyo siya naiintindihan, hindi kayo makakapag-form ng opinions at ideas tungkol dun sa inyong subject. So, study the work. Next is, after you've studied the work, write down all of the important parts. That's step 2. Step 2 is writing down all of the important parts. Siyempre, you're going to take note of all of the parts that you deem to be important. Kung sa tingin nyo importante yung lyrics sa Satisfied na I'm a girl in the world where my only job is to marry rich, go ahead, write it down, and then react on it later on. Step 3. Develop an understanding of the work's main arguments or purpose. Okay? So, kailangan daw naiintindihan nyo yung main arguments and purpose. So, syempre, kailangan alam nyo, is this song trying to entertain me? Is that its purpose? Is the purpose to inform? Is the purpose to be satirical or to be funny? So, kailangan alam nyo po yung purpose at intindihin nyo po ng mabuti yung purpose ng inyong subject. Step number 4, consider how the work relates to a broader issue or context. Ito po ang isa sa pinakamahirap na steps, or ito ang pinakamahirap na step sa writing a reaction paper, because essentially we have to look at the bigger picture. Ano ang meron sa subject na ito at paano siya nakaka-relate sa mga issues or sa context kung kailan siya sinulat. Okay? Ano ang contribution ng work na ito sa culture or sa society? So that's what we need to consider. Is this subject good enough to be considered a good contribution to culture or to society? So that's how we look at the broader issue. So that's how you write a reaction paper. So I hope that this video helps you in some way in your lesson for writing a reaction paper. I'd like to thank Ma'am Nicole, Ma'am Rizel, Ma'am JV, and Sir Reymart for helping me with this video and being my actor and actresses. If you want to see more of them, I'll put their links in the description down below. That's all for today. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you when I see you. Anong nigagawa mo?